Here I am showing off. This is not my new toy. This is my just a typical, well, semi-typical desktop amplifier, my Digitech. But this is my Pi. It's a 3B plus, and it's got a case I had to scramble together, because the one I got for it was obviously for an earlier model, and this one this is obviously a container for something else, and this comes off. It's just a shell for myself. That's it, a motherboard sitting on a homemade container, and I wish I could give you a better idea of scale. But here we have a typical flash drive, and if you put it alongside, you see that it's quite a small device. So I'm going to put the cover back on and just quickly talk about it a bit. First impressions, that sort of thing. I originally bought this, I've never had one before. I originally bought this to run Pi-hole, which is a way of blocking advertisements, and I probably will do that eventually. But it's a lot of fun, and I reckon the best thing about it is the actual board and the hardware. The software is a little bit, it's not bad, but for instance, some of the software I wanted to get I'm finding a bit hard to get, like Opera Browser. And just one of the pointers I can say is that I did a bit of research before getting this and found that you really need a good power supply with the 3B plus. I don't know about the other ones. So this is a dedicated power supply, in that it has a plug pack. It's not a USB termination on the other end. It's a dedicated plug pack. So what else is there to learn? I've seen them with fans, little fans. I didn't get a fan. I had a concern also that when I plugged my 32 gig SD card in there, I did not know what size it would take. No problems with that though, no problems at all. The software for this is free. It cost me about 75 Australian dollars for the actual Pi. It can only get a bit cheaper, I guess. And the way I've got it set up, I've actually glue gunned the board to the other part of this case, and then I've glued that whole thing to this. So it's fairly stable, and it's not getting too hot, even though I've been running YouTube and music from this. So I could boot it up, but you just see a desktop on the screen, which is pretty much standard. You can see that just about anyone do that. I just wanted to say that the applications at this stage I can see myself using this for would be if I wanted to go to some websites where I suspected they had viruses and things. Because it's running Linux, you're better protected. Also, just having it in the background as a music server, as people do, that would be great. Yeah, so maybe in the next video I'll fire it up. It's not really any different to any other computer firing up. It boots really fast. I got a really fast card in there. It cost me, that was $20 Australian, and I'm really happy with it. I think the best thing about them is the hardware. It's really, it came in a cardboard box, and which is probably standard. Not even any wrapping or plastic wrapping or anything, which is good, I guess. And I was pretty impressed. I was handling it. I had to sort out the case, and because when you get a proper power supply, which I really strongly suggest, you this is 5.1 volts, so it's not just 5. And I've seen people run, charge their phone off. The other side is 4 USB ports on this one, and I'm really impressed. So we're definitely keeping this, not trying to sell it or anything. And that's some of my other rubbish there. So yeah, not as exciting if I don't fire it up. Well, I guess to make this video a bit shorter, I won't turn it on. But anyway, if you're getting one of these, I think they're a lot of fun. The internet's got some really easy tutorials. And get a decent power supply, a dedicated one where you actually plug the other end into a wall socket. That's it. Okay.